Now we come to what makes the studio track stand out from, say, a camera recorded track, and that is the effects. This is more like what my dad does, what I've seen him do for my vocals especially. So the first thing he does is equalize. EQ. What the equalizer does, if you don't already know, it adjusts certain frequencies. So my voice, it has a certain amount of bass and a certain amount of mids and a certain amount of treble frequencies, the high frequencies, and the EQ adjusts that according to what I want from my voice. So if I feel like it's too sharp, I can decrease the high frequencies, or if I want it a little clearer, I increase the middle frequencies. It definitely depends on who is singing, if it's a male or female, and what the sound engineer wants to hear from them. If you don't want to be biased by what you like as a sound engineer, it's very important to listen to tracks that are popular and see what are the kind of tones and what are the kind of stresses and frequency that is given, and then set that as a standard for you, while also going by what you like to hear. The sharpness of my voice, sometimes I ask to be brought down a little bit, because when I sing, the S sound is really piercing, especially on the mic that we use in the studio. So it kind of goes through my ear, and I ask my dad to please reduce that. And for that he can either cut on the frequency EQing itself, or he can use the de-esser, which is self-explanatory. And then what my dad does is he puts the reverb. He uses something called the D-verb. But it depends on how you want to fiddle with the reverb, whether you want the track to have a very roomy effect, or you feel like direct sound without much effect is good. It depends on that. Okay, another plugin that is used, these are called plugins. Another plugin is the compressor, and what he uses specifically is the compressor limiter 3. The compressor and limiter are different things, but they have similar functions, and this particular plugin has both combined, and this is very useful for drums. I love looking at these waveforms. So say a drum is playing just softly in the background, the waves are like this. And then when it's banging it out in the chorus, it's like... So after you put the compressor, the wave difference kind of decreases. Right, so we are more or less done with the editing. And now, how do we put all this into one track? Well, the same way we created a track to record, we go to the same place and we click master track. And once we have that master track, we select the input on the master track and select bus 1, 2 in this case. And then we go to the other tracks, choose all of them, go to its output and select the same thing as the input of the master track. So it goes from them to this master track. We press record and record all these tracks together into the master track, and that's how it all comes in one final masterpiece. Okay, that was it. That's how you edit audio on Pro Tools, basically, more or less. Anyway, I said I will talk after Pro Tools about how I edit the basic camera audio. You can actually take any audio and you edit it on Pro Tools. And you can use everything I've said to apply to any other software as well. The basic softwares don't usually come with so many different options for audio, but there are some like Adobe Premiere Pro and Final Cut Pro, which you have quite a few audio options which you can fiddle with. There are also some softwares like Cubase and Nuendo, which are very much like Pro Tools. These are more professional software, but accessible, and it doesn't take very long to learn. So if you really want good quality tracks with a lot of different instruments and vocals and bars, then this would be very handy. And even if you're using a very basic video software to also do the audio software like I was doing, you can use a lot of these tips to help you treat the audio with whatever simple tool that you have. by the way, I will make another video about this, but I finally got new video audio software. I'm so relieved to not use Movie Maker anymore. Right, so let me know if all this was helpful to you in any way. That would help me a lot. And give this video a like if it did. And if it didn't, then like it anyway because it's just fun and makes me happy. This is Vihan Damaris on How To Thursdays, signing off, and I will see you on Serious Sundays.